It was 4 p.m. on Christmas Eve when Duke refused to get in the van. I stood there in the falling snow, my breath coming out in clouds, staring at my brown Labrador. He sat on his haunches in the driveway of our farm, 30 miles outside Helena, Montana. His ears were back. His body was rigid. "Duke, come on, boy. We're going to be late." My daughter Sarah was waiting at her place in town. Christmas dinner. The first one since my wife Emily passed 6 months ago. I couldn't be late, but Duke wouldn't move. I'm Connor McAllister, 47 years old, red hair going gray. Been running this farm since my father died 20 years ago. And Duke, he's been with me for 8 years. Never once disobeyed. Until now. "Duke." I tried to sound firm, but my voice cracked. The cold was seeping through my blue and white flannel shirt despite my heavy jacket. Duke whined. Not his normal whine. This was different. Urgent. He looked at the van, then at me, then back at the van. His tail wasn't wagging. His whole body trembled. "What's wrong, boy?" He barked. Sharp. Insistent. Then he did something that made my blood run cold. He grabbed my jacket sleeve with his teeth and pulled. Hard. Away from the van. Toward the barn that should have been empty, the barn where I'd shut off the heater 3 hours ago. Something was wrong. I followed Duke, not because I understood, but because in 8 years he'd never been wrong about anything. He warned me before storms. He found my father's old wedding ring in 3 feet of snow. He sat by Emily's bedside every day during her last month, like he knew. Dogs know things. The snow crunched under my boots as we crossed the yard. The wind picked up, bitter and sharp. Christmas lights on the farmhouse blinked cheerfully behind us, oblivious to whatever had spooked my dog. Duke ran ahead, barking now. Not angry barking. Desperate barking. The barn door was closed. I'd locked it myself after morning chores, but Duke scratched at it frantically, his nails scraping wood. All right. I unlocked the door and swung it open. Cold air rushed out, colder than it should be. The heater was off, like I'd left it, but the barn wasn't empty. In the far corner, near the empty horse stalls, something moved. Duke bolted inside. I followed, my hand instinctively reaching for the flashlight I kept by the door. "Hello?" My voice echoed. "Someone there?" A sound. Soft. Like crying? I flipped on the flashlight, and there, huddled in a pile of hay, wrapped in an old horse blanket, was a boy. He couldn't have been more than 10. Dark hair, thin face, blue lips. His clothes were soaked through. "Jesus," I whispered. Duke was already there, pressing his warm body against the kid. The boy's arms wrapped around him automatically, like a lifeline. "Hey," I said softly, kneeling down. "Hey, it's okay. I'm not going to hurt you." The boy looked at me with eyes too old for his face. Scared. Exhausted. Shivering so hard his teeth chattered. "How long have you been here?" He didn't answer. Just held Duke tighter. I looked around. The barn door had been locked from the outside. Which meant, how did he get in? The window. The small window near the loft. It was open, snow piled on the sill. He'd climbed in. Sometime after I'd locked up. Which meant he'd been here for hours in the cold. "Can you walk?" I asked. The boy shook his head slightly. I pulled off my jacket and wrapped it around him. His skin was like ice. "Duke, stay." Duke didn't need to be told. He was already glued to the boy's side, his body heat the only thing keeping the kid from hypothermia. I ran back to the house, my heart hammering. Grabbed blankets. The emergency kit Emily always kept stocked. Hot water bottles. My phone to call 911. But when I got back to the barn, I stopped. The boy was crying now, his face buried in Duke's fur. And Duke was licking his face, making soft sounds in his throat. The sound he used to make with Emily when she was sick. The protective sound. The sound that said, "I won't let anything happen to you." "Who are you?" I asked quietly. The boy looked up, and with a voice barely above a whisper, he said 5 words that changed everything. "I'm running away from home." I called 911. Then I called Sarah. "Dad, where are you?" "Dinner's." "Sarah, listen. I need you to come to the farm. Now. It's important." What's wrong? Just come, and bring whatever warm clothes you have in your car. While we waited, I sat with the boy in the barn. Duke refused to leave his side. I wrapped more blankets around both of them, held a thermos of hot cocoa to the kid's lips. What's your name? I asked gently. Ethan. Ethan. I'm Connor. And this, I scratched Duke's ears, is Duke. He's the one who found you. I heard him barking, Ethan whispered. Earlier, when I climbed in, he knew I was here. He always knows. I paused. Ethan, why are you running away? The boy's eyes filled with fresh tears. My stepdad, he gets angry. Really angry. And my mom, she can't. He didn't need to finish. I understood. Does he hurt you? Ethan nodded, tears spilling over. And tonight, Christmas Eve, he said if I didn't stay quiet during dinner, he'd lock me in the basement again. For a week. Like last time. Ethan's voice cracked. I couldn't do it again. So I ran. I saw your barn from the road. I thought I could hide until morning. Then I'd keep going. My jaw clenched. How far did you walk? I don't know. Maybe 5 miles. 5 miles. In the snow. In soaked clothes. This kid would have died if Duke hadn't sensed him. The sound of sirens broke through the night. Then Sarah's truck pulled up, followed by the sheriff's car. What happened next was a blur. EMTs checking Ethan. Sheriff taking statements. Sarah wrapping the boy in her own winter coat, her eyes filled with tears. He's hypothermic, but he'll be okay, the EMT said. Another hour out here and... He didn't finish. He didn't need to. The sheriff looked at me. Your dog saved this kid's life. I looked at Duke, still sitting next to Ethan in the ambulance, refusing to be separated. Yeah, I said quietly. He did. Ethan didn't go back to his stepfather. Child Services got involved. His mother, freed from the fear, finally pressed charges. And Sarah and her husband ended up fostering Ethan while the case went through the system. 2 months later, they adopted him. Which means Duke didn't just save a boy's life that Christmas Eve. He saved a family. He gave Ethan a chance. A real home. Today, Ethan's 12. He comes to the farm every weekend. And every single time, Duke's waiting for him. They're inseparable. The boy who was saved and the dog who saved him. I think about that moment a lot. When Duke refused to get in the van. If I'd forced him. If I'd ignored his warnings. If I'd been in too much of a hurry to listen. Ethan would be dead. I never made it to Christmas dinner that night. But Sarah understood. We had Christmas morning together instead. All of us. Including Ethan. Including Duke, who got an entire turkey leg for himself. Emily used to say that Duke was special. That he had a gift. I always thought she was being sentimental. But she was right. Dogs know things we don't. They hear things we can't. They sense what we miss. And sometimes, if we're lucky enough to listen, they save lives. I still have that van. I still use it. But every time Duke gets in now, I thank him. For knowing. For refusing. For saving a boy I didn't even know was there. For being exactly what dogs are supposed to be. A guardian. A protector. A hero. If this story touched your heart, hit that like button. Subscribe to Paws of History for more incredible true stories about the dogs who changed everything. And if you have a dog who's ever sensed something you couldn't, who's ever saved you in ways big or small, share your story in the comments below. Because these aren't just pets. They're family. They're heroes. And their stories deserve to be told. Thank you for watching. And remember, always listen to your dog. They might just be trying to save a life.
Paws of History, because every story leaves a paw print, and its memories stay with us forever.